I won't lie, I'm scared. I'm not really confident. I'll be real. I've been seeing different things like, oh, Anche, I always win something on my second season. I think if you actually look back, the brother actually always wins on the second season. I'm seeing Milan losing their cup final against Bologna. I think there was another team that a bigger team that lost in the cup. It looks like the cup winners up until this point are underdogs now. I'm worried. I'm very worried. I don't want United to be the team that Spurs divergenize their European success with. Pray to God. I pray to God. I'm not confident at all. I'm actually not. I'm scared. I'm so scared. I'm like 20%. But on the day, I'll be 100%. But right now, I'm so sorry. I'm 20%. I'm not confident at all with my team. Bruno. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. If we see Bruno from that FA Cup final, from when he played against Liverpool, from the way Bruno has been playing this whole season, bar the last game, that was actually when he came back. It was a bit rash. It was a bit brash in how he was playing. Not the one we just lost against Chelsea, the one before that. But if we see Bruno, like Bruno in his maturity and in the manner that he's played in the final, that's going to be our difference maker. That's always going to be our difference maker. It means, fortunately or unfortunately, it just means that Amorim gets board time, right? That's what it means, like, because I won't lie to you, there's not been a lot for me to buy into the system at the moment. I've kind of fell out of love with this whole idea of being extremely loyal to a manager as a fan, when it kind of hasn't given you a reason to. Like, I'm not a big fan of the tree back. I've never been. It's not what I grew up on. It's not what I like to play. Even physically as a football player, it's tough. I've never really been a fan of it. I think the only team in recent times that I've seen that I really like the way they play three back is Leverkusen's Alonso. But even Tuchel's Chelsea, when they were playing it was a three back, wasn't it? I wasn't much of a fan. So it just gives Amorim time. That's long story short. Whether it goes well or not, we'll see. Because if, despite all this, he can still come out with a Europa trophy, an accolade, yeah, it remains to be said that okay, there's some hope. There's something to be said here with this style, at least at the minimum, anyway. Terrible, absolutely shocking. Like, I know the squad of United is bad. The physical floor is bad in terms of what our ceiling is on from a technical and physical standpoint of view. It's poor. We're not physical enough and we're not technical enough. We're just middling, right? With individual players who happen to just be ceiling raisers. Like, they literally are talents that can get into a lot of teams, right? Whether it be because of their capability or just because of their experience. And I just don't know. Like, I know the squad is bad, but are we 17th in the league bad? Are we that bad? Like, that's the question that I've been asking myself these past couple of weeks. Not even weeks, days, because I've been ignoring the chatter from like the people who are saying Amorim out, because I'm like, you're rushing it. It just came in December, or was it January? It just came in, like, it's not a squad. But man, is our squad that bad, or does the formation we're playing, does it expose our flaws that much, which is problematic in another way, I guess, in terms of adaptability. But they brought him in because it wouldn't change how he plays, so I can't be mad if he's just showing the board these players don't suit the way I play. But I don't know, man. It's not been good. It's not been Manchester United that I remember anyway. I haven't even watched Tottenham too much this season. The Tottenham player that I'm worried about is Onana. If I'm to be very frank with you, because he will give Tottenham goals. If there's a way Onana saves in football, yeah. Like, Onana can be Tottenham's greatest player. And this is not a joke. This is serious truth. Because, like I said, I haven't watched Tottenham a lot this season. I don't know who the real threats are. My biggest one is always going to be Solanke. in terms of if I'm actually being very dead ass. Solanke, Madison's out. So Solanke, Son's playing, is he? Solanke, Son's been quiet this season. But it's going to be Solanke and Brennan Johnson. Those two will be people who I keep an eye on, but primarily Solanke because I think he can really give our centre backs a job to do. But I believe in Maguire, but I believe so. Actually, Brennan, sorry, I take that back. Brennan Johnson starts for you, man, currently. I say it's him. I feel like we're a bit exposed on that in that wing because he plays on the right. I feel like we're a bit exposed in terms of that left centre back, left wing back situation. Defensively. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure about Dorgu and I don't even know who will be playing because we don't know about if Euro is back, but we know Heaven is back, but it might be too big an occasion to be coming back into. But I think if anything, I'll actually be very worried about that. But back to what I was saying about Onana, how I still think that he's Tottenham's greatest player if things go wrong for us. If you watch the way Onana saves the ball, your keeper ideally is always supposed to bail you out when your defense fails. He's the last line of defense. If defensively our tactics fail, our defender is supposed to bail. Our goalkeeper is supposed to bail us out. You do this here by either catching the ball, commanding the box, and redirecting the ball if it's too strong or too powerful. This brother, when he saves the ball, he parries it directly back to our opponent. This is not amateur football. This is not semi-professional football. Even in those leagues, it gets punished. You cannot afford to give a poacher of a striker, especially like Solanke, you cannot afford to give him that type of chance where he can bounce. Because that's even how he scored during the season. He parried it, and then Solanke pounced and scored. Amorim out. I'm being very serious. He needs to be gone because I think United's biggest issue has been recruitment and recruitment in all avenues. We have, quote unquote, the back office pretty much sorted now. So I think recruitment involves managers as well. You have to, Amorim himself, he said it. You have to win games to give yourself time, brother. He's won 6 games since he's come in. If not for Erik ten Hag's wins, actually, we would have been relegated. We're 17th. If the other 3 teams didn't do that bad, we're literally going down. He has to go. He effectively. I remember the switch. I remember the interview when I think it was Leon. He effectively said we have to focus on Europe because he realized he stunk the whole place in the Prem. He stunk it up. He's literally taken everything. He sold the mortgage. He sold the car. He's taken out his kids' tuition. He's gone to Vegas and he's putting it all on red. And if he loses, he's going to be homeless without a car, and his kids will have no future. So him too will be futureless. He has to go. No. It's a gamble, and if he loses, he has to be punished for it. No, it has to be clear like that. I'm sorry. I actually would even say a final was actually one of my favorite memories. I would say one of my favorite memories was in Paris, where we were playing PSG. Bro. Cause that team here, you don't understand. The hope, the spirit of Manchester, the time that I felt it was alive, this whole time I've been alive pretty much, yeah, ever since we've been on the decline, was under Ole. All my life, it was under Ole. The way he played, the spirit of Manchester, that while dying, it felt like he was given its last breath under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And if he got reinforced the way he wanted to in terms of the players he was looking at and everything, yeah, I genuinely think we would have had an interesting couple of years under him. But even what he produced that night in Paris, some teams can do it, some teams can't do it. An example, Arsenal. They couldn't do it. They weren't even under as much pressure We did it with Lukaku. Final. Final. Brush, man. Listen, yeah. At the end of the day, football is a story of accolades. It's about the journey, but brother, accolades, 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 accolades. It's what makes you be able to stand upright. It's what makes everything worth it. It gets to a point here because I understand falling in love with the journey, and I'll use this team as an example. Arsenal, because there is a journey there, right? But you have to have something to show for it. When you're working hard in life, when you're putting in the hours, reps, and things are going smoothly enough, you're finding that patch where all that hard work is reached a point and you're working smoothly. Yeah, you have to have checkpoints where you make an outright win that anybody and everybody can recognize. Yo, he's winning, she's winning, they're winning. If you don't, yeah, in my opinion, then why are you working that hard? Yeah, you can fall in love with the struggle, the hard work, rah, 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 rah. But at the end of the day, what are you winning? You must win. You must have something to show for all the hard work you put in. You must have something to show why the journey is worth it. That's where you can then be in a privileged position to say, the journey was good. You have to fall in love with the journey because it makes things even sweeter. That's when you now are in a position to say, in fact, it wasn't even worth. Even if I didn't win, it wouldn't be too bad because I love the journey. That's when you can be in that privileged position. Not when you didn't win it. When you won it, you must win. I rate it very, 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 very much depending on how summer goes. I don't know what if we go in with this. If we only go into the league with 4 players signed, they will chop us finish. They go chop us finish. If you go in though with like 6 players, it's unrealistic, I know. But worst case scenario, 5. 5 new players, 2 in each line, midfield, defense, attack. Even defense, I'm actually not. That's not even an area we really need to focus on. Midfield, 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 midfield. To God who so made me, mid fucking field, yeah. Center mids and a striker and a goalkeeper. That's our priority. Honest with God, that is our fucking priority. And if we cannot get that fucking right, man, what are we doing next season, man? I won't lie to you. Both teams are leaky. Both teams' defenses are leaky. Yeah. So I don't know who's going to be like a goal scorer, but I know we got goals on the team. For some reason, all of our goals have come in Europa. So I don't know what Tottenham's goal scoring has been like recently. I don't know where they began and put most of their goals. But I'm going to be real. I think it's going to be machine for machine because I don't trust either of our defenses to do a good job. I think both of them are so easily exploitable. It's unfunny. It's literally going to be a game of our attackers and how well can our midfielders generate chances. Machine for machine. I'm saying it's going to be a 3-2 game. 3-2 game, and I want it to be 3-2 United. That's my prediction.